and using nylon strings this time. But the only problem with that is that they don't stay in tune very well. They sound very good, but tuning wise, it's not so much. So that's in tune. That's in tune as well. I can also check my tuner up here to see and make sure that it's all in tune. So we go, let's turn it around so you can see it. Okay, it's green. We can go to the next one. Okay, let's go to the next one. I'm not sure why it's turning into an A because it's definitely a D. Okay. So that one needs a little bit more. This one's sort of been tough to keep tuned. Okay. And then we're gonna go to the next one, which is E. Okay, so it sounds really good. All right, so all green, all ready to go. If you're wondering what I'm doing here, so fretting the fifth right here to make sure that we're in tune. Hey, Albert Allen, how are you doing? Welcome. Hey, Jefferson, how's it going? Welcome. Not too bad. Just wanted to pop in and say hi and jam a little acoustic for you guys. I just put on these brand new nylon strings, and this bottom one is being difficult. It doesn't stay in tune very well. Yeah, right there. So. Sadly, no problem. I'll see you. Oh, wow. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope everything goes well. Yeah, thank you for popping in. And, yeah, take care of your family. I'm going to take this off because it's, there we go. I think it's, for the most part, it's staying in tune. So welcome. If you've never been here before, my name is Frank. I'm a musician here in Chicago. I play death metal, but I also play acoustic. And I just wanted to come on and do a free set for you guys, just, you know, very spontaneous. And I just put new strings on the guitar, so I'm excited. So here to show you guys. If you guys are new to the channel, welcome. I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you so much. It really helps out. I'm a very small channel, just trying to get my music out there. So Albert, thank you so much, and God bless. Thank you so much. The other thing about these nylon strings is that, thank you. No, you guys are awesome. The nylon strings, you know, they feel a little bit different up here. They're standard E gauge 10, and then the way see how they're knotted at the bottom right there. Yeah, so, and then I kind of got a spaghetti mess right there. That looks funny. Sometimes people don't like that. They like to cut the ends and stuff, but I just put them on. I'll cut them soon. So if that bothers you, I'm sorry. Sano says, wow. But here's an interesting thing. Just check this out. So you can actually mess around with the capo. So what's a capo? It's this thing right here. I know it looks really strange, right? But how do you use it? Well, check it out. So I'm gonna put it on the 3rd fret, and it's gonna sound a little bit different. Ooh, maybe not that note. Not that note. Ooh, maybe not that note. Yeah, but the other thing you can do, here's the thing, check this out. So you can move it around, you can get different sounds. So. think I like that. What do you guys think? Yeah, all I did was just move it to the 5th fret. That's with the capo here. Oh, here's a cool thing. You can put your pick in there. So if you wanted to do some like finger style. Ooh, a little too hard. If you're tuning in, let me know where you're watching from. Leave a comment I can read your comments, so let me know where you're watching this from. Hey man, I have to. All right, no problem. All right, be safe. So you can tell that other string already came out of tune. So let me check this out. So that happens from time to time. So especially when you have new strings on, it's gonna come out of tune sometimes. So we want to check that, and so we're gonna put the tuner back on. Okay. Oh, the other thing about this tuner is you gotta make sure that it's on the guitar. So just double checking that. Then we're gonna put it up, and let's double check our tuning. So there we go, E, A, D. So that one's coming out of tune a little bit. Okay, so especially it can come out of tune if you're strumming really hard like I was doing a few minutes ago. So you wanna make sure that you fix that. So let's take off the tuner. And by the way, if you're looking for this specific tuner, okay, this is by Donner tuner, and you can tune multiple instruments. It takes a little button battery, and it works great. So let's check this out. Let's go back and put the capo on. I'm biased, Nepali, you look like Santa. Oh, thank you. Black Magic Woman. Oh, I don't know if I know that song. I mean, I'm familiar with Santana, but I don't know his music that well. I'm sure it's an awesome song, by the way. So, hey, let me know where you're watching this from. Tell me how you found the channel. How did you come across this live stream? not so good there. I like that chord right there. I'm just trying to figure out where to transition from that. Oh, maybe not so good. All right, let's go higher. All right. By the way, thanks for the thumbs up. I really appreciate it. It helps me get a coffee. Ooh, maybe not like that. box. Thank you. Now I love this guitar. This is one of my favorite acoustic guitars. Sorry about the spaghetti thing right there. I'm gonna cut these. I just put these nylon strings on. By the way, the wooden box, I'm not sure if this is exactly how you're supposed to put nylon strings on, but yeah, kind of like wrapped them around there, knotted them, but it seems to be working pretty good. Thanks for checking out the music. Where are you guys from? Don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you enjoy what you're hearing. In about a few more minutes, I'm gonna switch it over and play some death metal for you. So if you like the acoustic, that's cool, but then I'm gonna switch it up. So we move the capo up a little bit further. By the way, how's the weather by you guys? It is hot, hot, hot in the city today. We're about 90 degrees. I'm from Chicago, by the way. Where are you guys from? Hello, Missouri. How's it going? Welcome to the stream. Pleasure to have you here. Just doing a free jam acoustic. No requests because I don't know that many covers, but I'll try. Ooh, that sounds like a creepy movie or something, right? Doesn't it? Man, that sounds so creepy. It's like a haunted forest, haunted house. I don't know. What do you think, man? That sounds. What do you think? See if I move it up. No, right there. That's kind of, see where my fingering is right there? It sounds familiar, but I don't know where to place that. Have you guys heard that before? See, it doesn't sound the same there. But I really like this. go from there. So maybe I'll bring it down like that. Hey, it says intro has a haunting quality to it. Sounds like an intro to a paranormal Netflix. Yes, that's what I was trying to figure out. So thanks for checking that out. I keep playing it just because I want to memorize it. So if it's boring to you guys, sorry, but it's I just when I find something, I want to make sure that I keep playing it over and over, and that's how I memorize the songs. So, and then for reference, because I'm going to probably go back to the stream, I have the capo on the 5th. Don't steal this. Don't steal. Unless you want to, but it's kind of cool, right? So then, here's my spread. Not like I'm spreading butter. I'm spread of my thing. You know what I mean. So, all right. So here's the fingering for it right there. Oh, and the tuning is just standard E. Yep. So, and then we're just playing these strings right here. All right, I'm gonna go back to that, but right now I have to rehearse because I have a show, I have a concert to play on Saturday. So I'm gonna switch my guitar. It's gonna go heavy, so we're gonna play some death metal. I got the set list that we're gonna play through, and I got my distortion pedal set up. So for this next half of the stream, we're gonna go heavy. So we're changing things up. I'm putting down my acoustic. I hate to put it down, but I have to practice my other songs. But I wanna come back. I'm gonna come back to that riff. I'm gonna play one more time. Just have to do it one more time. All right, so here we go. Let's get into the heavy and see what it sounds like from there. So let me put the guitar away. By the way, if you're new here, my name is Frank, musician in Chicago. I play acoustic guitar and I play death metal too. Okay, by the way, this is Schecter. I love playing Schecters. Yeah, my fingers are sore. Look at my fingers. That's from holding those chords. So by the way, if you're a starting guitar player, what's one of the things that happens when you're playing guitar is it's just very, your fingers, especially acoustic, that's what happens. All right, I'm not sure why I'm getting that feedback, but I gotta connect the PC because I'm just running low on power, so I gotta connect that before I get started. So let me hook that up real quick. Yeah, because that's gonna play the set through the PC. Hopefully it's loud enough you guys can hear it. Wow, getting like a weird feedback there. So now everything's getting loud. So I have to figure out how to get the PC to sound a little bit louder because I can't really hear it too well. So I think maybe if I bring it up, you might be able to hear it better. And then I'm gonna put the pedal down on the ground. I'm gonna start all over. Oh, and then we get some commercials. Don't you love commercials? It's just amazing. All right, here we go. Let's go. Now, I'm not sure I'm getting that weird feedback from this, but I'm not sure what to do about that. And I'm trying to listen to the music. I don't want to turn the guitar down too much, but I'm gonna give it a shot. All right, here we go. Hey Lynn, what's up? All right, so I started with some acoustic guitar playing, but now I gotta rehearse the heavy metal songs, the death metal songs for the show on Saturday, and there's a commercial. Come on. Holy cow, there's a commercial after every single one of these songs. How you doing, Lynn, by the way? Good to see you here. We're about 3 more songs. Oh, blessed. Yes, thank you, Lynn. Appreciate it. Yep, just rehearsing the songs for Inner Decay at the moment. Yep. Glad to have you here. Don't forget to give the stream a thumbs up. And we're only 2 songs in, so let's play this one. This one's really popular. Decay. This is called World Downfall by Enter Decay. Right now, I'm rehearsing the songs. I'm playing a show with them on Saturday. So thank you all for being here. Let's do 2 more songs. Come on. All right, one more song, one more song, one more song. All right, gotta skip the stupid commercials, so here we go. Okay, that's it. So thanks for joining the stream. Lynn, thanks so much for joining in. If I didn't talk very much, I just have to practice that set and make sure that I'm solid before the show. So I'm gonna play it one more time, not right now on the stream, but I'm gonna break all this down, and then I'm gonna start to work on it one more time, really go over it. So that was just for fun. If you checked out the beginning, thanks Lynn, I appreciate you very much. You're a great supporter, loved your feedback, and every time I see your comments, and God bless you, thank you for helping me out on the channel and coming to visit all the time. That's amazing. And everybody else who was here at the beginning playing the acoustic, if you want to go back and check out the beginning of the stream, it was different. It was acoustic guitar. So if you like melodic stuff, and I came up with something really cool there too. So I myself have to go back and check out what I was playing, because that was really awesome. Maybe something for Halloween that I'm going to use, but I'm not sure. I appreciate it. Thanks for the thumbs up. Try to go live once a week, maybe, depending on the time frame, because I'm literally in 3 bands, so it's very difficult. So thanks so much. I'll see you very soon. Check out some more of my videos. I'll see you.